The conflict that is happening in Niger, where on the 26th of July 2023, a coup happened where the military, the presidential guard have removed the president. The people of Niger is supporting this coup. The country of Niger have been given their independence from France, but France still holding those countries in Africa under their control. And so we see recently how the French, especially Macron, is talking about Niger and other African countries. This talk are bringing back very painful memory of the colonial time, where an atrocity all around Africa was done by some Western country as France, Germany, Belgium, and the rest. The French seem to have no sympathy, no sensibility, and no understanding that not only they are bringing back all those very painful memory for all blacks all around the world right now, because this is not just a problem of Niger. This has been perceived as black problem. Black again being seen by some white guy as inferior, when the reality is it seems like many of those white people are envious of African, envious of blacks. The slavery was done to traumatize those people, to reduce them to animals, and to not recognize them as human. Macron right now, France, are not realizing what they are causing. Not just issue with Africa, because this issue, like I said, it's not just an issue with Africa. It is concerning all blacks. And so France, the leader of France, are not looking also who are their citizens in France in 2023. They are not looking at, example, the French football national team of France is mainly black. They seem to have no integrity, no heart, no soul in them to understand that by speaking the way they are, by planning a war against Niger, that is an independent country that want to make a choice for themselves, they are showing all blacks, especially in France, especially the French black citizen of France, that France is seeing blacks as inferior. France just want to enslave blacks. France has no respect and don't want a fair trade. They don't see that these people have the rights to decide what it's right for them, for their country. France feel, oh, you are touching her French interests, but France himself are not looking they truly closely how their behavior is going to affect really truly the French interests at home, because France has now a very vast of French black citizen. And all those citizens and all the blacks in the world are not just going to sit back when France won again, colonize, enslave another country that is independent. They have the right to choose what is right for them. This situation is unbearable, very disappointing to see this mindset of white supremacy that think they have all the right to mistreat another human being because of their color, and actually believe those white supremacy, the reason they have enslaved those poor villagers, cut their hand and beat them up, rape them, women and men and even children, those evil people, is because they were jealous of how the blacks in Africa was, had a lot to survive, and they look healthy. And even in present day, some white people are jealous of black that doesn't age. These things has to end. France or any other Western country will make a big mistake to start a war with, especially Niger, that is a very poor country. This will not pass, and will bring together all Africa and also all blacks around the world. And it is the reason I believe that the United States, because people talk about the United States, that they want to preserve the military in Niger. But this is not just the one reason. The main reason is the blacks in the United States will rise up against this. This is this right now is on everyone's lips, at least blacks, and even in South America. So this is not going to be an easy war as France think they're going to get. They are going to get more than they are bargained for. I believe Niger right now is a holy land, holy, because any attack on Niger will align the whole Africa and will align other country to battle down Westerns, as an attack on France will also drag down the rest of the EU. France is not looking at the situation very clearly. They still were their old mindset that they can go to a little village, a country in Africa, and scare them off and beat them up, rape them, kill them, and torture them, and doing all those things. Times have changed. Any war and any attack from France to Niger will backfire on France, because it's too much. The country of Niger are the poorest in the world, and they don't even have electricity, when the electricity that they should have. The French has electricity, the French has gold. France doesn't have a gold mine. When a country like Niger is impoverished, what we see with all those countries, what they have in common, all those countries in Africa, they all were colonized by France, and they all rising up. There's something wrong here. France needs to understand that this battle is not just a Niger problem. This is a black problem, and this is waking up very painful sentiment regarding the horror that was done during the colony, and maybe it's best to leave that alone. But if France insists to have a war, it will be not just a war in Africa, it will be a war also inside France, because the black French that are in France are not just going to sit. I'm French, I'm black, and I cannot support this. I cannot support France. Their hypocrisy to claim they have human right value, equality, fraternity, liberty. Where is that? This is fake. This is fake. What they have as a value in their constitution, they don't mean what they put on all the burden of law. Justice has to be done, and if France attack Niger, that justice will explode. It will be uncontrollable and will drive the whole world into a battle.